A really important thing in communication is knowing how to give and receive constructive feedback without defensiveness. So, have you ever been in a situation where you've given someone feedback and watched them instantly shut down? Or maybe you've been on the receiving end, where even helpful feedback felt like a personal attack. Here's the problem. Most people don't know how to give feedback without triggering defensiveness, and even fewer know how to receive it without taking it personally. But when you approach feedback with emotional intelligence, it stops being uncomfortable and it starts being useful. The reason feedback sparks defensiveness is simple. People don't resist feedback, they resist feeling judged. And most feedback lands poorly for one of few reasons. It's either too vague, you need to improve your communication. What does that even mean? Or it's too harsh. Directness without sensitivity just makes people defensive. Or it's too indirect, softening the truth so much that the message just gets lost. So what about on the receiving end? Why would we struggle there? Well, we might take it as criticism and not an opportunity, or our ego kicks in and it blocks us from hearing it. So if you want someone to hear your feedback, focus on clarity, not criticism. Let's look at a few ways you can do that. Make it specific. Instead of you need to be more confident, try, in meetings, your ideas are great. I'd love to see you speak up earlier so they get heard. Another thing you can do is separate the person from the behaviour. Feedback isn't about who they are, it's about what they're doing. So instead of you're disorganised, try this process could be more efficient. Here's how we can adjust it. Another way you can do it is show that you're on the same side. So for example, here's what I've noticed and here's how I think we can improve it together. When feedback feels collaborative, it's easier to accept. So how do you receive feedback without defensiveness? Feedback isn't always comfortable. That's the reality of it. But it is one of the fastest ways to grow if you handle it right. So when you're getting feedback, pause before reacting. Your first instinct might be to defend yourself, to resist it, but just listen. And a really great thing to do is ask clarifying questions. Instead of shutting down, just get curious. Can you give me an example? It really helps you to understand without shutting down. Separate your ego as well from the feedback. It's about improving, not proving.